My arm's still thinking that.
Regional tournament as the Eau Claire Cavaliers attempt to advance to the WBA state tournament when they take on the River Falls Fighting Fish from the St. Croix Valley Baseball League. Now, yesterday, the Cavs took on the Everest Merchants in their first game of the regional tournament, and we'll fill you in on that game and all the ramifications of that game as today's game goes on. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's WBA regional matchup between the Cavs and the Fish. Then we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's WBA regional game from River Falls. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that. Coming up right after this brief timeout, you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will continue their WBA regional play when they take on the River Falls Fighting Fish. The Fish won their tournament opener on Friday night over the Everest Merchants. The Cavaliers are trying to make a repeat trip to the WBA state tournament, and a win today may be just what the doctor ordered. Now, last season, the WBA tournament was conducted using a slightly different format. Then, all the teams that qualified for regional tournaments were in a single division. There were 12 regional pools, with each sending its champion to the state tournament. Those 12 teams were reseeded and put into 4 three-team pools, and the 4 pool winners met on Sunday of the state tournament for a 4-team playoff. Last season, the state champion for the WBA was the CRBL's own Tilden Tigers. Now, last season, the Cavaliers qualified for state pool play, however, were defeated by this season's regional opponents, the River Falls Fighting Fish and the Everest Merchants. The Cavaliers and the Fighting Fish met last season in WBA state pool play, where River Falls defeated the Cavaliers 10-0. Now, this season, the Fighting Fish have compiled a 28-7 overall record and are the champions of the St. Croix Valley Baseball League. Now, leading the way for the Fish at the plate is Lucas Ludke, who's swinging the bat at a .383 clip. He leads the Fish in hits with 41, including 3 home runs. The Fighting Fish hit with power with 83 doubles, 3 triples, and 19 home runs. The leading home run hitter is Brian Giebel with 7. Trey Larson leads the way in doubles with 12. Weston Lombard at .368, along with Giebel at .345 and Larson at .340, round out the Fish regulars, hitting over .300. The workhorse on the mound for River Falls has been Kyle Fritz, who's pitched 96 innings and has a 12-1 record with an ERA of 1.69. Jake Lindsay and Charlie Griffin have each thrown over 40 innings and have combined for a 9-3 record with ERAs of 1.87 and 1.76 respectively. Now, coming into this weekend, the Cavaliers are being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who's swinging the bat at a .377 average. Knickerbocker leads the team in hits with 40, including 6 doubles and 22 RBI. He's followed by Xavier Bemnister, who's hitting at .327 with 4 doubles and 26 runs scored. Brayton Tillman at .305 and Caden Erickson at .300 round out the Cavaliers hitting at .300 or better. Cade Mueller is just below the .300 mark at .298. Erickson leads the Cavaliers in runs scored with 29, along with the team leading 8 doubles, as well as the only triple the Cavs have tallied. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Andrew Milner, who has a record of 7-2 plus a save, with an ERA of 1.87 in 72 1/3 innings pitched, while striking out 89. Now, right behind him is Eli Rathke, who has a 5-0 record, including 3 complete games and a whip of 3.08, with 50 strikeouts in 51 2/3 innings pitched. Cooper Dykes has compiled a 4-win, 2-loss record with an ERA of 2.91. Mason Yarrington picked up his first win of the season to move his record to 1-3 in 25 2/3 innings pitched. As a closer, Tyson Woodcock has pitched 24 1/3 innings with a record of 2-0 with 4 saves and a team-leading ERA of 1.48. The Cavaliers have had complete game performances by Milner with 4, Rathke with 3, along with Jackson Vance and Mason Yarrington with 1 each. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall Norse. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN2.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Cody Dayton. And Cody, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, levels of baseball that you've played, and so on.
Sure. So I grew up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, went to North High School, graduated in 2021. Now I'm going to school at Minnesota State Mankato, studying exercise science, and I'm playing club ball there. So
okay.
Still playing a little bit.
So when you're not playing baseball, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Just going to the gym. I like to read a little bit, so I do that. And I don't know, I keep it kind of low-key, just doing whatever comes up.
All right, here's a few rapid-fire questions for you.
All right.
This first one's kind of our trademark question.
Okay.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Which kind?
Ooh. Rocky Road. Like
Okay,
that.
That's one of my favorites, too. Yeah,
like that.
all
Around
right.
there.
Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Everything on there.
Everything. If we can find it, put it on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Kitchen sink, if it's there, put it on.
Absolutely.
All right. Favorite Major League team?
Milwaukee Brewers, for sure.
All right. And now, if you could sit down and have a chat with any baseball personality in history, whether it was a player or some other kind of baseball personality, who would that be and why?
Probably Bob Uecker. I've listened to him ever since I was little, and
he played in Eau Claire.
I know, yeah, and he played here, and so it just feels like kind of like a connection there, and I just want to hear all the stories he's come up with.
And he has come up with some good ones, hasn't he?
He's had a lot of experiences. I'd love to hear more about him. So.
Okay, now if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
I'd love super speed.
Super speed.
I've never been the fastest guy, and so being able to be fast, that'd be amazing.
Now, if you had that superpower of speed, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Cody's superhero name?
Can't go the Flash. That's already trademarked. Probably something generic, like the Quick or something weird like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not very creative when it comes to that.
We're talking with Cody Dayton on Cavalier Profile. How about a shout out to family and friends who come to watch you at Cavs games?
Oh yeah, shout out to my parents, Aaron Dayton, Jeff Dayton, and then my girlfriend Emma Benjamin. She usually watches these with her brother. So. Yeah.
Okay. And when people come to Cavalier games, remind us of what number you wear and what position you play.
Yeah, so I'm number 25, and I usually play second base, but I can play anywhere, really. So
kind of a utility player.
Yeah, he had me playing catcher last year, so we might see that a couple times.
Okay. We want to thank Cody Dayton for joining us on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile. where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional action. This year, the WBA has divided the tournament into two divisions. Division A is for teams from larger areas, while B is for the teams from smaller population areas. Each division, games will be played at 4 sites, with 2 pools of 3 teams at each site. The winner of each pool will advance to the state finals, which begin on August 16th. The Division B sites include Glidden, Rib Lake, Ellsworth, and Augusta. Division A regional sites include Hagen, Merrill, Wisconsin Rapids, and River Falls. The winners of each pool will meet for the state final tournament, with Division B playing at Whittlesea and Division A playing at River Falls. The Cavaliers have been assigned as the number 2 seed in the River Falls Regional Pool 1, along with the River Falls Fighting Fish and the Everest Merchants. The Cavaliers play the loser of Game 1 in their first game and the winner of Game 1 in their second game. The winner of this pool will advance to the WBA 8-team state tournament next weekend in River Falls. So with that on the line, we have some exciting Eau Claire Cavalier baseball coming your way. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining our broadcast crew at First National Bank of River Falls Field in River Falls as we prepare to bring you today's WBA regional game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the River Falls Fighting Fish. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air.
Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone. A home run for Cole Hyman.
NLWN TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us while we follow the Cavaliers as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here. Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien.
And now, out to the ballpark for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to WBA Playoff Baseball, live from First National Bank of River Falls Field. It is today the Eau Claire Cavaliers will be taking on the River Falls Fighting Fish. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westhouse, joined today by Dan Petchow, Billy Jensen, and Rick Olson from Northern Lights Broadcasting. Rick, good afternoon, and how are you?
I'm good, Kevin, and
Hopefully we have some great baseball this afternoon because we have great weather for baseball this afternoon.
It's 74 degrees. There's a light breeze out of the southwest, 1 to 3 miles an hour.
And the flag is very gently flopping out towards the outfield, so the long ball could be in play today.
Yeah, the ball's going to get a little carry on it. I'm agreeing with you on that, Rick.
Well, Dan, why don't you tell us who's playing in today's game?
Yeah, here's the starters for River Falls Fighting Fish. Batting first will be their second baseman, number 24, Brian Giebel. Batting second will be their shortstop, number 2, Trey Larson. Batting third will be their first baseman, number 3, Lucas Lutke. Batting fourth will be their center fielder, number 28, Spencer Diedrich. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 10, Ty Denzer. Batting sixth will be their third baseman, number 17, Andy Metcalf. Batting seventh will be their left fielder, number 6, Weston Lombard. Batting eighth will be their catcher, number 25, Eli Baker. Batting ninth will be their designated hitter, number 7, Chase McQuaid, with Kyle Fritz on the mound.
And Fritz has a record of 12-1 with a 1.69 earned run average, 96 innings pitched, and in that 96 innings, he's got 87 strikeouts.
We like to call him a crafty lefty here at the bank.
And evidently he is, because he's got the numbers to show it. Dan, how about the Cavaliers?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Cavaliers. Batting first will be their shortstop, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting second will be their center fielder, number 4, Xavier Bedminster. Batting third will be their third baseman, number 47, Caden Mueller. Batting fourth will be their catcher, number 35, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth will be their second baseman, number 25, Cody Dayton. Batting sixth will be their designated hitter, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting seventh will be their first baseman, number 32, Carson Windeshausen. Batting eighth will be their left fielder, number 11, Brayton Tillman. Batting ninth will be their center fielder, number 22, Trenton Palmer, with Jackson Vance on the mound.
And Jackson Vance has seen limited action this year, but he's got a 1-0 record. His earned run average is a little bit rough. He had a tough outing over in Hudson where he got roughed up a little bit over there, and that made that ERA look a little higher than it actually should be at 10.80.
Hey, I see umpires, fellas, making their way to the field. The men in blue. There'll be a meeting at home plate here. They'll go over the ground rules, and managers will exchange pleasantries and lineup cards. We'll get into Steve Manfred's starting lineups. We'll have ceremonial first pitch today by the Special Olympics Wisconsin group. Take us right into our national anthem, and then first pitch.
You know, Kevin, I really want to thank the River Falls Sports Broadcasting for teaming up with Northern Light Webcasting Network and making this all possible on both of our channels, because I know the Cavalier fans are really glad to be able to watch this, and I know the Fighting Fish fans are just as glad to be able to watch it. And hopefully we have, we had fans from over in Germany a couple games ago. And
that's outstanding.
And we had fans out in the South Pacific, down in the Kwajalein Atoll. And
bless you.
Exactly.
So, Rick, I just want to say, it's our pleasure to be able to host you up here in the booth today. I'm really glad this is working out for us. We met on the phone, and I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but hey, it's all come together, and it's working. So glad to have you here, and we're looking forward to co-broadcasting this today.
Well, in fact, one of our broadcast partners, Ann, made the comment that it kind of looks like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, we put on a good act.
Fake it till you make it. Get on stage and act real big, and then sell it.
Exactly.
Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 32, Carson Windeshausen. Batting eighth is the left fielder, number 11, Brayton Tillman. And batting ninth, right fielder, number 22, Trenton Palmer. And the starting pitcher for the Cavaliers today is number 5, Jackson Vance. Now here's the starting lineup for your River Falls Fighting Fish.
Wow, they brought the contingency today.
Brian Giebel. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Trey Larson. Batting third, first baseman number 3, Lucas Lukey. Batting fourth, the center fielder number 28, Spencer Diedrich. Batting fifth, right fielder number 10, Ty Denzer. Batting sixth, the third baseman number 17, Andy Metcalf. Batting seventh, left fielder number 6, Weston Lombard. Batting eighth, catcher number 25, Eli Baker. Batting ninth, the designated hitter number 7, Chase McQuaid. And the starting pitcher for the Fighting Fish today is the Sheriff, number 8, Kyle Fritz.
The Sheriff, Kyle Fritz.
Representing Special Olympics Wisconsin and throwing out today's ceremonial first pitches, we have 4 of their members: Brad Hutter, Kyle Johnson, Chloe MacArthur, and Ryan Erickson.
Here they come. Special Olympics Wisconsin representatives. I love the background music Steve plays. It's just classy. It's big time in it.
Looks like they're going to take it from on top of the rubber.
They're going to go the whole way. Oh, that's a strike.
There it was.
That's a strike. Oh, the windup. The high knee kick. Oh, baby.
That one looked like it caught the inside corner.
I think so. There we go. One more. That's there.
Nice job done by all 4.
Really nice.
Once again, big thanks to Special Olympics Wisconsin. And now, if you're able, we ask that you please rise and face the flags, the left center field, remove any headgear, for the playing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glared, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
River Falls' very own Jim Bone, class of '66 here from River Falls High School. You may have heard him at the Minnesota Wild games in the years past. He's good. Never misses a note, Rick.
I'll tell you what, that deep, resonating voice just carries the national anthem beautifully.
That sounds like a hockey national anthem, doesn't it?
It sure does.
He's good. Yeah, right here from River Falls. And the Fighting Fish take the field. They'll be the home team today. They're in their creams with the blue cap, and many in the blue legging today. On the bump for the River Falls Fighting Fish, the crafty lefty, the Sheriff, Kyle Fritz.
In fact, I like the fact that they wear the knicker-style high socks, and that's traditional baseball in my book.
Very traditional today, where they got the creams, right, colors, and just old school. And I like the Eau Claire Cavs. They go with the pinstripes today. Both teams looking very tidy. Very nice. Good contrast today on this bright green field on a sun-drenched afternoon from First National Bank at River Falls Field. Again, 74 degrees, a very light breeze out of the southwest, blowing towards left center, 1 to 3 miles an hour.
Now this game will determine which of the 3 teams in this pool will go to the WBA state tournament, which again will be right back here in River Falls
next weekend. So here we go. Caden Erickson will lead off for the Eau Claire Cavs. He's the shortstop, facing Kyle Fritz. Fritz throwing to his battery mate today, Eli Baker.
Caden Erickson batting .300 this weekend.
The pitch. And we're underway. Good healthy hack at that fastball. Right down Hanson drive, and it's 0-1. Thank you much, sir. Appreciate that. I already got special deliveries. Thank you. Love it. That one just misses. And it's now 1-1. We'll pull up that K-zone for you. I know you're all questioning that, so we'll get that going for you. The 1-1. Flipped up foul. That one is going to reach the seats and out of play. That's 11 rows back. And the count works in Kyle Fritz's favor, 1-2 on shortstop Caden Erickson.
That's why the youngsters who sit out there bring their gloves with them.
You got to have it. Piece of candy behind every one of those baseballs. The pitch. That's flown into short left. Coming hard as a left fielder. Still coming, million miles an hour, and makes the catch. Weston Lombard had to go 1 country mile for that, but he runs in and makes the catch almost on the infield grass. He's looking at Trey Larson. He's like, Trey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's all part of the Cavalier strategy, is make them run around a lot and wear them out.
Right there. So Erickson, that's an F7. There's one down. Then we go to Xavier Benminster, the center fielder for the Cavs. That one finds the corner. It's 0-1.
Benminster comes in .327.
The 0-1 pitch swings through that cement mixer, backing up off the plate. It's 0-2.
Went after the high fastball that time. It was right around shoulder height.
And it was just backing away from him, that lefty, cement mixer deal. Check swing. Yes, he did. Tag him out, throw him around. You talked about the number of strikeouts that Kyle Fritz has, Rick, and there's another one. He's just short the number of strikeouts from the number of innings he's pitched this season.
That's the target that you look for, and he's right near that.
Mm-hmm. 2 down now. We go to Cade Mueller, the third baseman. Check swing foul, and Kyle Fritzy works ahead, 0-1. Boy, does the weather get any better than this? This is... I'm looking at my screen, too, and you've got the bunting flinting in the breeze in the background, a full crowd under the grandstand. Grounder to second. Giebel, backhand, gobble. Got him, Brian Giebel, gobbles. And gets Cade Mueller on a pretty firm hit ground ball, and that will do it for the Eau Claire Cavs here in the top of inning 1. No runs to us, no errors, nobody left. 1/2 inning in the books. Cavs nothing. Fish coming to bat right here on the Northern Lights Broadcasting and River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network.
Including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family. Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is.
Northern Light Webcasting.
See, and there we go. So we're just getting stuff straightened out during your commercial break there. Northern NL, I'm just going to go with NLWN. And I just kind of embellish ours. We have River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network. Just sounds a little more official, Rick.
It sounds good.
All right, leading off for the Fighting Fish, it'll be Brian Giebel, followed by Trey Larson, then Lucas Ludke.
Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, Knickerbocker is behind the plate. Cade Mueller is over at third. Caden Erickson at second. Cody Dayton, or check that, Erickson is at short. I've done that all season. Cody Dayton's at second. Carson Windeshausen is on first. The outfield is Tillman, Bemnister, and Palmer going from left to right.
Jackson Vance on the bump today, the right-hander for the Eau Claire Cavs.
And Jackson Vance is the sidewinder on the Cavalier staff.
Brian Giebel makes a nice play to end the top of inning 1. He'll lead off here for the Fish.
And how often does that happen? I mean,
right.
Somebody makes a great play, and they're the leadoff hitter in the next half inning.
17 years in the league for Brian Giebel. He's just been a perennial MVP, all-star player. Still getting it done. See how he works Jackson Vance here today. Vance works from the stretch. That one finds the inside corner, flips that in there. It's 0-1 on second baseman Brian Giebel.
That sidearm motion can throw hitters off at least first time through the lineup.
That one misses. Ball and a half width more inside. Now it's 1-1. Nice crowd filtering in here at First National Bank at River Falls Field. Still a couple seats left for you. Come on down. That one's high, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Vance stares in to Knickerbocker, and here it comes. That misses as well, now 3-1. There was 4 pitches in the very similar location, trying to work Giebel inside. Yeah, you don't want to leave that up over the middle of the plate. 72 miles an hour on that last pitch. He walked him. Leadoff walk for Brian Giebel.
As I mentioned to you before the game started, Kevin, it sometimes takes Jackson Vance an inning or so to dial in the strike zone. Part of that may be that sidearm motion not only messes with the batter's eye, but sometimes the umpire as well. Takes him a while to see where it's coming.
That one finds the corner. 0-1. Brian Giebel, he's a mild steal threat. Again, just had a birthday yesterday. And he can still steal bases at 37. Back pick, safe, back in.
Oh, that was really close.
Nice job by Knickerbocker, right from his knees, try to back pick on the veteran Brian Giebel, and that was a close play down there.
Windeshausen made that sweet tag coming from the other side. Almost got down there between the sliding hands and the base.
0-2 now on Larson. The pitch. That's a really good 0-2 pitch. Didn't get traded chase on that slide piece there. It's 1-2. The 1-ball, 2-punch strike pitch to Trey. Another slider and got him swinging. Nice pitch there off the arm of Jackson Vance. Scott Larson to chase that slide piece. There's one down. Now we go to Lucas Ludke, the mustache marauder.
You know, if body language says anything, Trey Larson was a little frustrated going away from the plate that time. He knew he chased one that was outside.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's that sidearm motion.
Check the runner. Back in very easily. Ball gets away, and alertly, Brian Giebel on down to second base. First baseman Carson Windenhausen threw that right into the neighbor's rhubarb, and on down to second goes Brian Giebel, free base. That's an error, first error of the game. E3. Set up for Lucas now with just one out. That's a low strike. It's 0-1. Lucas had a nice home run the other night, one that was off the bat and over the fence in about half a second. Went over the double-decker fence by 6 feet, and it was on a line. That's hammered into right field. That's through. Let's see if they try to score Giebel. Here he comes around third. Coming into home, we got a play safe. The mustache marauder, Lucas Ludke, with an RBI single.
And a pretty decent throw by Palmer out there, just
really
a little bit late.
Yeah, just good speed.
So, Rick, I have a faux statistic that says leadoff walks score 68% of the time. That's not true, but it sure feels like it.
I'd have bought it.
Right? It sure feels like it, doesn't it?
I just remember back at the old Metrodome that when a pitcher would walk a batter up on the scoreboard, it would say, "Walks will haunt."
That was called that was a ball. That was a ball. Yeah, walks will haunt. Ball 2 just inside. Yeah, I haven't used that much this year, but yeah, my full statistic, leadoff walk score 68% of the time, so we kept the average good there with that one. Leadoff walk does score already. The 2-0 pitch, hit to the right side. That's going to be back and safe at first. Lined out to second did Spencer Diedrich. So Diedrich lines it up to the second baseman, 2 outs, and alertly Lucas Lutke freezes on the line drive, dives back into first, and that was really close, fellas.
Yeah, he slipped a little bit there.
And Lutke is very fortunate that wasn't hit harder into the glove of Dayton, because Dayton had to wait for it to get there.
It's another strike. Jackson Vance throwing a lot of strikes here to start this game off.
That's a good sign for him.
Just that blemish, that leadoff walk. That's hit well into right. That could get all the way to the wall. It does. Here comes the runner. They're going to try to score. Lutke unhooked the plow. We're going to have a play at the plate.
They got him.
They got him. I like the effort, though, there with 2 outs, right? You got to have a couple good throws, and Eau Claire, they hit the cutoff, and they got the good throw to the plate, and they make the play. Ty Denzer with a double, but they get the 8-6-2 put out at home. I got a spider that's been running around here. Just got him. 8-6-2. 3 outs. So double for Denzer, but the put out at home plate. But the Fighting Fish do play to run. They get 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and none left. After 1 in the books from First National Bank at River Falls Field, Fish 1, Cavs nothing. We're just going to jump right to the sponsor.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
And we're back, going to the top of inning 2 here on NLWN Webcasting and River Falls Sports Broadcasting. Sam Knickerbocker, 4-hole hitter. Flown up right at center fielder, Mr. Spencer Diedrich. I don't think he moved.
No, I was just going to say that. I think he shuffled 1 foot. His right foot kind of moved a little bit to his right, but otherwise he just stood right there and waited for the ball to come to him.
That would be under the definition of Adam ball, right there, never moved. 1 out. And now we go to Cody Dayton, the second baseman. He looks at a strike.
He comes with a 254 average.
The pitch to Dayton. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the netting, and Kyle Fritz works ahead 0-2. Kevin Westhouse, Rick Olson, Bill Jensen, and Mr. Dan Petchow bringing you the action this afternoon. Glad you're with us. Get up on the chat section. Let us know where you're watching from. Say hello. We have an NLWN webcasting and River Falls Sport Broadcasting co-broadcast today.
Makes life easier for all of us.
In theory. The 1-2 pitch. That yacker finds the corner and gets him looking. Kyle Fritzy backdoors him, throw it around, 2 down. Now we go to Cole Timon, the designated hitter. 2 in the bucket here.
Now Cole is the old man on the Cavaliers, but he looks like just a young teenager compared to the old man on the Fish. I think Cole's been around for 7 years, not 17.
17. Yeah, and Brian Giebel looked pretty fresh coming around third, didn't he? For a 37-year-old, and then to score that first run. Flowing straight up the chute. Battling the sun. Trey Larson's going out into short left field. He's calling, and this time makes the catch. That's a pretty quick inning, fellas, right there. 7, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, missed, no errors, nobody left. Inning and a half in the books. Still 1-0 Fish right here on the NLWN Webcasting and River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Well, welcome back. Looking ahead to the Fighting Fish, bottom of inning 2. It's going to be Metcalf, Lombard, and Baker. 6, 7, 8 due up.
Jackson Vance back out there for his second inning of work.
He's ready. Let's go.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Fighting Fish. Third baseman number 17, Andy Metcalf.
Andy Metcalf. We had a substitute broadcaster one game, and they nicknamed him the El Camino. He's like a throwback from 1971. So we just call him the El Camino. I'm not sure if that's going to stick or not, but we're using it. Fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes to third baseman Andy Metcalf. Had some great plays defensively yesterday, deep behind the bag at third in a pretty crucial juncture of the game. The pitch. Go Q shot, ground ball, second base, gathers on to first, got him by 9 steps. We're at the end of the bat, and Andy Metcalf goes down 4-3 for those of you scoring along at home with your McGregor scorebook and your number 2 lead pencil. Now we go to Weston Lombard.
That was Dayton over to Windishausen on that put out.
Weston Lombard. Made catch in left field already. He's on the as-needed basis for pitching. He does throw low 90s. I hope he gets a chance. He's always fun to watch. Had him up in the booth yesterday. Another good human being as well. Swings through that off-speed pitch. Had him out in front. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Fish. Fish Cavs today. A good one. Nice framing there by Knickerbocker. Doesn't get the call. Now it's 1-2. Nice 0-2 pitch.
That was a good 0-2 pitch. Hopefully, he was trying to get him to chase it.
Another ground ball towards second base. Deep in the hole, off the glove, and Weston Lombard will reach. Score that, a base hit up the middle for Lombard. Going to be a pretty tough play for second baseman Cody Dayton on that. He could have fielded it. Still would have been really close. Get that a base hit.
And you were saying earlier that Weston Lombard played ball elsewhere last year.
He was in New York, played professionally last year. Yeah, and sure sticking around. Speaking of professional baseball players, I'm going to get to that in just a minute, the 1-0 pitch. How about River Falls' Alex Call with the Washington Nationals hitting like, I don't know, was he 467 or something like that? He's been up for like 3 weeks, and the kid is on fire. Had a walk-off game winner the other day again. Right here from River Falls with the Washington Nationals. His counterpart, J.P. Fireeisen in the Los Angeles Dodger system, also from River Falls. Might have been the same class, actually, if not 1 year apart. So it's nice connections right to MLB.
Ooh, that didn't miss by much.
Just inside. Now 3-1 on Eli Baker doing the catching today. Another good catcher is Chase McQuaid. He's in the DH role. He's on deck, and he's been on fire with the bat lately, too. The pitch. Swings through that. Now it's 3-2 to Eli Baker. Runner at first. There's 1 in the bucket. That's Weston Lombard over there out to his nice 4-step lead. The pitch to Baker. Q shot foul. Fish out in front a little bit today. That's probably the 3rd shot, Q shot I've seen off the end of the bat. Either foul or fair.
Yeah, you were talking about players that have made it. Western Wisconsin is quite a hotbed for
hotbed.
major league.
What's in the water?
Talent. It's good, clear water.
That's it. Yes. And as the utility director, I'm going to vouch for that, River Falls, by the
way. Notice how I threw you that softball
I did.
there?
I like that. I like that, yes.
Ooh.
3
Woke up
2.
the folks over in the Cavalier dugout that time.
Yeah, watch your liver over there because that thing's coming in hot.
Probably about a half dozen now players in the major leagues or have been in the major leagues came out of the Eau Claire Express organization. Jack's over for the Twins as their setup man is right out of the Eau Claire Express.
Swings through that fastball and gets Baker swinging. There's 2 down now. Now we got to Chase McQuaid.
And Jordan Zimmerman and Cole Calhoun all came out of the Eau Claire Express.
And a former assistant varsity baseball coach is the base coach for the San Francisco Giants. Berg. I'll get it in a second. Yeah, so all kinds of connections, Rick. You're right.
Joe Vavra, who used to coach with the Twins, is a Cavalier. Or former Cavalier. Just got inducted into the Cavalier Hall of Fame last week.
The 1-ball pitch. That gets away. And on down to second, alertly scampers Weston Lombard on a pass ball.
That's a pretty rare thing for Sam Knickerbocker. He's usually a better hockey goalie than that.
Right, this got under the mitt.
Right through the 5-hole.
Shoots and scores. Well, there he is, Chase McQuaid. He's in the second leadoff spot today, and this kid can rake. So he's going to play college ball. He's heading to count 2-0, looking for something right between the belly button and the belt right here. Vance delivers. There it was, little jam shot, right side. Softly hit, second baseman gathers on to first, and that will do it. Got him on the grip tape, and McQuaid grounds out to second, and that will do it for the Fish here in the second inning. They get no runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. 2 in the books now, 1-0 Fish.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN2.
Well, welcome back right here on the NLWN Webcasting Network and River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network. Glad to have you along. Kevin Westhouse along with Dan Petschow, Rick Olson, and Bill Jensen bringing you the action this afternoon. Glad you're here. Get up on the chat section, say hello. We're going to the top of inning 3, and then I'm going to turn it over to Rick in the bottom of the inning, and we'll let him take it away for a while on calling the play-by-play. I know many of you on the NLWN were very anticipatory and excited about that.
I'm not sure those are the words I'd have used, but they work.
Hey, we got to build it up a little bit, Rick. 7, 8, 9. Windenhauser, Tillman, and Palmer.
Carson Windeshausen hit quite a number of home runs at Carson Park last year for the UW Eau Claire Blue Golds. Didn't get his first one for the Cavaliers until last Tuesday when he buried one into the football field out beyond the left field fence, for those of you familiar with the Carson Park Baseball Stadium.
Squared one up, you might say.
Yes, he did. Like
there's
right there.
There's a well-hit ball to left field, back at the track, at the wall, looking up. Caught! Oh, baby, what a catch by Weston Lombard, backed right up against the St. Croix gas sign out there. And he said, oh, the sun's on that. That's hot. And I thought that had a chance. Weston Lombard finds the track, finds the wall, reaches up, and makes the catch. I can't quite say robbed him, but made a catch backed up against the wall. That's a long, loud out, fellas. That looks like just a simple F7 in the book. It was much more than that.
Yes, it was, and it was almost like Carson Windeshausen was trying to illustrate what we were talking about.
He certainly was, almost got the script. Braden Tillman now, the 8th spot in the order, the left fielder. At the plate. That big yacker just misses. It's 2-1.
Tillman came into the weekend at 305.
Hit into right field. That is going to be hanging up in the air as well. And right at right fielder Ty Denzer. Ty has just been solid out there all year. Comes in about 6 steps and catches that letter high of his chest. And that line out to right makes it 2 outs here in the top of inning 3.
8 up, 8 down for the Cavaliers.
Palmer comes in with 225 average.
9th spot in the order, right fielder Trenton Palmer. Hey, we got our commentators down in the top row again. I can hear them. We're going to get those guys a microphone. Just drop it in their lap and just let them go.
I was going to say, I don't know if they need a microphone.
Right, we got them on our on-field mic. They're not bad either. They got a lot of good stuff. The 2-0. Swings through that, and it's now 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2 in the bucket here. Top of the third. This game's got some serious pace to it right now.
Trenton Palmer leads the Cavaliers in strikeouts.
Flipped up foul up over the grandstand area. Now it's 2-2.
He's got a good batting average, but when he doesn't get on base, it's usually via the K.
2s are wild right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 22 batting. The pitch, Yacker, hit pretty well in the right field. That could be trouble. All the way to the wall. That's off the base of the wall. Going to have a play at second base. And safe at second.
There's a piece of Palmer that got left as he rounded first. Hopefully it's nothing vital.
Palmer rips that right off the, I think, the garage sign out there. That's a resounding 2-out double. First hit of the game, and that was a well-struck baseball.
So back to the top of the order with Caden Erickson.
Caden Erickson in now, the runner in scoring position for the Cavs with 2 outs, and chance for them here to tie this thing up. Soft fly to center. Diedrich's all over that like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat, and that'll do it for the Eau Claire Cavs here in inning 3. They had a loud double and a loud out that inning, but end up getting nothing. They get no runs on the 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left after 2.5. Still 1-0. Fish. Hold on, I got to get this.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN2.
Well, welcome back to the NLWN webcasting and River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network. I'm Kevin Westhouse, along with Rick Olson, Bill Jensen, and Dan Petchow. I'm going to turn this thing over to Rick. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. We head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, or check that, due up for the Fighting Fish. Bottom half of the inning. Yes, Brian Giebel, Trey Larson, and Lucas Lutke.
Top of the order we go. Hey, we got James Nelson. He said he's sitting in the shade watching the corn grow and watching the fish. That's not bad. That sounds like a nice summer afternoon.
I was going to say, favorite beverage in one hand.
Right.
Nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, watching corn grow.
Yes. So Brian Giebel drew a walk his first time up, came around and scored the only run of the game. Fouls that one back into the screen.
We always notice that Brian Giebel double knots his shoes because he swings that hard. He would come out of them if he didn't.
It's part of the reason they put that artificial turf down there. Otherwise, he would just keep drilling a hole.
He would screw himself right in.
The 0-1 pitch. A called strike. That one caught the inside corner. Jackson Vance on the mound. he delivers. There's a pop-up. Mueller has it, and he makes the catch. That'll bring up Trey Larson. Went down swinging his first time up. And wasn't very happy with himself with that one, because I think Vance got him to chase one that was actually out of the zone. And he follows that one back off to the right of us. That's for Trey.
Big gap right between center and right field.
And the pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
I think his dugout's yelling at him. You got to wear that.
It's called taking one for the team.
He took one off the kneecap earlier this season. That sound is still haunting me.
That pitch was outside. 2-1's now the count. And the pitch.
Just out of our K zone by a ball and a half, Rick.
Knickerbocker held it like he thought it caught the corner. But the man in blue said no, it didn't. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Lined out into right field for a base hit. And Trey Larson is safe at first.
Hey, for all you youngsters at home, I don't know if you saw what Trey Larson did right there, but with that line drive to right and that potential of the right fielder throwing you out, he ran that out like it was an infield ground ball. He ran right through the base, ensuring that he beat that potential throw from right field. Good hustle by Trey.
Yeah, it was kind of a hot ball.
Very hot. So that's just some good veteran hustle there.
There's a ground ball through the hole into right field. Larson's going to hold at second as Lucas Ludke has a 2-hit day, both of them to right field.
The Mustache Marauder, one more hit, he'll be churning butter.
Diedrich is the hitter, and he lined out to Cody Dayton at second his first time up.
Rick, Spencer Diedrich has definite home run power. Probably has 4 or 5 on the season. Had one the other night.
That pitch is outside for a ball.
72 on that one. Bill Jensen even working in the speed pitch count up here, Rick, for us, for your viewers at home. That one misses.
So, 2 balls, no strikes. And that one missed inside. 3-0 is now the count.
Rick, I want you to notice on the right side how open that is over there. The first baseman's playing even in the bag, and the second baseman's kind of covering up the middle. There's a pretty big gap there on the right side.
There is. And the pitch. That's a strike. That's the get me over pitch.
Yes. I noticed that because when I played, that was I would notice that, and I would literally look for a pitch outer half.
Yeah, and center field
in that scenario.
Center field to right fielder is
pretty big gap there too. Yeah, Bemnister shading just slightly to the left. Ground ball left side underneath the glove of Mueller, and they were waving him to come home, but he chose not to.
I think pretty good idea to hold him up there with 1 out, fellas. Put a little murmur in the crowd, though, didn't it?
So 3 straight hits given up by Jackson Vance, and Sam Knickerbocker wants to have a talk with him, as does Carson Windeshausen.
So the Cavs must have had the scouting report on Spencer Diedrich because they had him on the poll, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, the infield was shaded to the left, and Bemnister was, 'was, 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 ' Whereas Palmer was kind of guarding the line because if you're a pull hitter and you go opposite, you're going to put it right down the line.
Well, like we say here at First National Bank at River Falls Field, Rick, with the Fighting Fish, the live well is full.
With one out. And at the plate is Ty Denzer. He's a fly ball. That's deep. It's way back, and we have a grand slam home run.
Ty Denzer circling the bags. Touch 'em all, Ty.
And that'll make the score 5-1 or 5-0 with Fighting Fish on top.
Somebody get him the trout. There it is. All jacked up on a case of Mountain Dew. Ty Denzer, grand salami.
Wow, the live well is no longer full.
They're at the fillet table.
All right, Andy Metcalf at the plate. He grounded to second his first time up. He hits a long fly out into left field, but that one's in the park, and Tillman makes the catch.
Yeah, he squared that up, didn't he? Denzer.
And that'll bring us to Weston Lombard, who had an infield hit deep in the hole at second base. Cody Dayton wasn't able to pick it up cleanly and wouldn't have had a play even if he had. There's a fly ball out into left. Tillman can't get there, makes the play and holds him to a single.
That's just a little clone punch into left right there, but that'll get the job done.
Eli Baker steps to the plate.
I tell you what, the Fish fans, they all over here on the comment section, they found the clap emojis, Rick. Love it.
And a ground ball over to Erickson at short. Throw to first in time. And so that'll do it for the Fighting Fish in the bottom of the third. They picked up 4 runs on 5 hits. 1 left on base, no errors. And after 3 hits, the Fighting Fish 5 and the Cavaliers nothing on River Falls Sports Broadcasting and NLWN TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
And we're back here at First National Bank of River Falls Field in River Falls. Cavaliers have a little bit of work cut out for them now as they're trailing the River Falls Fighting Fish by a score of 5-0. Kyle Fritz to start his 4th inning of work. And due up for the Cavaliers, Xavier Bemnister, Cade Mueller, and Sam Knickerbocker. So far, Fritz has faced 1 over the minimum.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, center fielder number 4, Xavier Bemnister.
Xavier Bemnister with another year coming his way at Hamlin University. And the pitch, swung on foul, tipped into the glove, strike 1. And a called strike on the outside corner to Bemnister. Oh, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, that's outside. I think he was hoping for that to be his chase me if you dare pitch, but it was a little bit further than Bemnister dared.
74 miles an hour.
There's a
he thought he had him there.
Did not catch the corner. Or might have stayed a little high.
59 on that breaking ball.
And the pitch. Popped over toward first base, and Lutke is under it and makes the catch. Cade Mueller coming to the plate, grounded to second his first time up.
So a little bit about Kyle Fritz. He is a registered engineer with the state of Minnesota. He works on bridges in the bridge department. So how about that?
So he's the one you yell at when you have to
That
detour.
guy, yeah, I think he's on the design, but
Fly ball out into right center field, falls in for a base hit for Cade Mueller. Second hit for the Cavaliers today, and Sam Knickerbocker steps to the plate. He flew out to center field his first time up. That's the one that Spencer Diedrich shuffled 1 foot about 6 inches and otherwise didn't have to move at all. And that pitch is right over the top of the helmet of Knickerbocker. Fritz delivers. Ground ball. It's going to be through the hole into right field. Mueller slipped as he rounded the base at second and decided to go back to the bag. Kind of came around the bag with a little more horsepower than expected, and you know your winter driving tips will put you in the ditch on that, and that's kind of what happened to him.
using a hockey reference right there, he caught an edge.
Yes, he did. So the Cavs have 2 runners on. Brings up Cody Dayton, who went down looking his first time up. Dayton has one of the Cavaliers' 3 home runs this season. There's a high hopper back to the mound over the glove. Throw to first. They got Dayton at first. Runners got to second and third. 6-3 on the putout. Trey Larson came in and fielded it after it bounced over the top of Fritz's glove. He couldn't quite reach up and get it. So Larson grabbed it, threw it over to Lutke, and just barely got Dayton.
I don't know if you remember Troy Tulowitzki for the Colorado Rockies. Trey Larson is Troy Tulowitzki-ish. He catches those, throws them on the run across his body off of 1 foot, and boy, he makes some nice plays.
Cole Timon at the plate. Popped out to short his last time up. That pitch is outside for a ball.
75 miles an hour. I tell you what, for those of you that don't appreciate your scoreboard, Bill Jensen over here, even adding the miles per hour today, really getting it done. Thanks, Bill. Great job. Hope you folks at home are appreciating that.
And that pitch is outside.
It's a lot of work. And anybody who thinks baseball's boring, come and do that for a couple innings.
You learn the nuances by doing this.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill.
Mueller with his lead over at second, and the pitch. That's a strike called. I didn't catch the name of the umpire at home, but I really do appreciate the fact that he makes such a definitive call strike. There's a lot of umpires, you can just barely see it. This guy, there's no doubt. And the 2-1 pitch. That's outside.
Fish mascot's in the house, so get a look at that right here on your screen. Chin Chow waving to the crowd. And I'll tell you the story how that got named between innings. It's funny. And ironic. It's a whole bunch of things.
And the 3-1 pitch. Fouled away off the right side. Count goes full.
Like most things you buy on the internet, it comes from China. And they had a debate what to name the fish, and they had like 10 email exchanges with China, and it was Chin Chow was the person they were communicating with in China, and they went, well, there's our name right there, Chin Chow. I wonder if Chin Chow knows that they have a mascot named after them.
And a high one for ball 4, and the sacks are full. Cavaliers trying to get back into this game, and this is how you do it. You put runners on. You got 2 down. Windeshausen, be nice if he came through. He sent one back to the warning track last time.
He's thinking about reciprocating that grand salami right now.
Weston Lombard had to catch it with his back up against the fence. There's a high pop up into right field, moving over his Denzer, and it kind of fooled him a little bit. He reached across his body and made the catch. So the Cavaliers, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. 3 were left on base, and we've played 3.5 with the Cavaliers trailing the Fighting Fish 5-0 on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
So we're going to head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the River Falls Fighting Fish is the number 9 hitter, Chase McQuaid. And then we'll go back to the top of the order with Brian Giebel and Trey Larson. I was at a Cavalier meeting, and they were talking about things to entice spectators, and my suggestion is let's find a mascot.
Right.
And I see the Fighting Fish mascot, and yeah, well, that idea didn't go very far.
I was told $79.99 on the interweb, and you buy it from Chin Chow.
Okay.
And then you name it after the person you're communicating with.
There you go.
Then you got to find someone to wear it.
Well, that's the hard part, and that's what everybody at the Cavaliers meeting was. Is who are we going to get to wear that thing?
It gets a little stinky. I'm not going to lie to you.
Can't be any worse than a hockey locker room.
No. We talked about that earlier this year.
And that pitch missed low to Chase McQuaid for ball 1. Jackson Vance still on the mound for the Cavaliers. There's a high hopper, foul.
That home plate umpire was very emphatic.
Yes, he was, and he was right in the right position. That when Mueller had that ball hit his glove, it was in foul territory, and he signaled immediately.
He sold the call. I bought it, too.
For $1.99.
I bought it right there. I'll take that. Put 2. I'll take 2.
And just to be safe, Mueller did make the throw over to first, but not necessary. That one just missed low and away. 2 balls and a strike.
9 spot in the order.
Ground ball over to Erickson at short. Picks it up, throws it to first in time.
Second ground out today for McQuaid.
Yeah, he's sent one to each side of second base. One to the second baseman, Dayton, and one to the shortstop, Erickson. Back to the top of the order, Brian Giebel.
He led this game off with a walk and scored.
And then he popped to third. That one swept just a hair wide. And that's fouled back into the screen. So the count's even at 1-1. Brian Giebel. The most senior player on the Fish roster. That's the politically correct way to say it, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna. He's kind of like Ripken. Like you just don't get to play every day, and then it's like a sympathy entry. He's earned every bit of that, and the guy's a perennial all-star.
And the pitch is high and away. 3-1 is the count.
No, he belongs in the starting lineup and at leadoff. Earns every bit of that.
And ball 4 is the call. And he did something very intelligent there. He waited. You could tell he wanted to go right away, but he waited for the umpire to make the call, because had he gone, it would have been a strike.
He's not only a veteran, but he's a classy veteran. Well seasoned. He learned that last year in his 16th year in the league, and now he's carrying that forward.
Trey Larson comes to the plate. That one missed low and inside.
No, Brian Giebel's a very nice kid, too. Got a great family, 3 young kids. You'll see him out in the field before the game, after the game. He's a very supportive wife. It's a good deal. What you need with 3 kids trying to play town ball.
And another pitch missed inside. All of a sudden, Jackson Vance having a hard time finding the strike zone.
72 miles an hour on that last pitch.
He delivers. Fouled away. Off the right side. 2-1.
Hey, Chris Miller's on. He said, "Afternoon, gents. Miller's checking in from American Family Field, watching the Brewers, waiting to watch Cade Mueller in the All-Star game." Yes, so our Cade Mueller will be playing in the All-Star game after the Brewers game today. How about that? From high school.
And that's Caden Mueller.
Caden Mueller.
Yes,
yep.
not the Cavaliers. Cade Mueller.
Right, this is Caden Mueller. And we have 2 coaches from our high school that will be 2 of the 3 coaches on the All-Star team as well. So we've got a player and 2 coaches.
High fly ball out into right field. Palmer ranging over, and he makes the catch. There is some activity going on down in the Cavalier bullpen.
Batting now, the first baseman, number 3, Lucas Lucci.
Dan is taking a look to see if he can
I'll help you out with
catch
that.
a view.
God, is that Eli Rathke?
I'm going to help. I have the technology. Between batters, I'll go down there for you.
And the pitch is outside.
I'm going to go down there for you right now. Oh, look at that.
Trying to see if I can catch his number.
Hey, Dan.
That pitch is a ball.
Dan, walk over here now. I'll pull it up for you. You can tell me who this is.
Yeah, it's Eli Rathke.
Oh, okay.
I got him on the close-up here on the screen. There he is.
Well, that's Cole Timon that you have.
Right there. That's bullpen.
Okay, now I can see it. 3-0 is the count. Yeah. Knickerbocker wants to have a talk.
You want me to go back out there again? I want to take
one
more look at it?
That's Eli Rathke warming up out there.
You got him. Confirmed. And Brewers up 2-0 at the top of the 4th. Yeah, the Millers, that's a happy day. Chris is often online watching all of our broadcasts and being supportive, going down there, watching Caden play in the All-Star game at American Family Field. That's pretty cool.
All right, Vance with a 3-0 pitch. There's a strike call that got the outside corner. To Lucas Ludke. He's 2 for 2.
One more, he'll be churning butter.
Sends it foul. Count goes full now to Ludke. That foul was off the left side.
That's up over the Liney's Lodge. Headed towards my 88 Chevy pickup truck. If it dents it, I won't get the message. Haven't washed it in 10 years.
That pitch goes inside for ball 4.
They just don't make paint like they used to.
No, they don't.
A couple years ago, we have a broadcast trailer that sometimes we take, and Dan used his truck to haul the trailer over to Chippewa Falls and then parked his trailer just a little ways down the first baseline, and it was like they were aiming for it. There were foul balls dropping all around it. Finally, one hit it, and the fans all cheered.
The ball magnets were on.
That's all right. It was my wife's truck anyways.
So at the plate is Spencer Diedrich, and the first pitch was a called strike.
I didn't want to bring mine. Mine would get hit.
Yeah, the problem is yours is that old black one. If it got hit, things would start falling off. That pitch missed low for a ball.
The two coaches that are down there in Milwaukee today from River Falls, Chris Harmon and Mark Vries, coaching the All-Star team.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Mueller grabs it, throws to second for the out. So we'll give Spencer Diedrich a fielder's choice. And Lucas Lutke is out 5-4. So, no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've played 4 innings, and it's 5-0 in favor of the Fighting Fish on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
Let NLWN TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Sunday, August 11th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the winner of the game between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional play. Coverage from River Falls begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Cavalier WBA playoff action on Sunday, August 11th at 12:30 on NLWN TV.
Back here in River Falls at First National Bank of River Falls, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Kevin Westhouse, and Billy Jensen. It's quite the crew up here in the press box. We got more computers up here than I've seen in a long time.
And 4 bags of Cracker Jacks if it goes extra innings.
There you go. Pitch is outside.
I couldn't think of anything more Americana than me wearing my USA shirt, some bunting, flittering in the background, and a bag of Cracker Jacks.
There you go. We were at
in Chinchow
at an Eau Claire Express game a couple weeks ago. Here's the pitch. It's outside. And, you know, when you go to a ball game, you got to have a bag of peanuts, right? It's just something you have to do. They were out of peanuts. And we were totally aghast. Well, the guy sitting across from me also had wanted peanuts. And ball 4. Brayton Tillman draws the walk. Brings up Trenton Palmer, who doubled to right field his last time up. Bounced it off the garage sign. The toothless part of the wall.
Yes. The garage is a main sponsor of our football Player of the Game award. We call it the Garage Gridiron Grinder of the Game.
There you go.
And we give them a bike sprocket. It's pretty nasty, gnarly, little greasy. It's good.
There's a high hopper right over the mound. Tag it.
Oh,
they dropped the ball.
No.
They're going to say on release, on transition. They're going to say on the transition, Rick.
I think you're right, but I think that's a mistake on the call. And
maybe because
Ryan Bemnister wants to have a talk with him, but it sure looked like the contact knocked the ball out, which is not the same as on the transfer.
They're going to try a challenge here. I had it on good camera.
And they say he's out.
Yeah.
So that's a 6 unassisted.
Mm-hmm. Just a simple 6U fielder's choice for Palmer.
Takes us back to the top of the order with 1 out. And at the plate is Caden Erickson, who's flown out twice. Once to left and once to center.
Yeah, the Brewers, boy, they've been hot, huh? Was that 5 in a row for the crew?
I don't know. I've been keeping track of this stuff. And the pitch is outside.
A big 1-0 win last night. Euchre had an awesome call in the game-winning home run.
And a ground ball over to third. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first. And that's not going to be in time.
Just a slight bobble out there at second base by Giebel, I believe.
So Erickson's on a fielder's choice as Palmer is out 5-4. And that'll bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister's 0 for 2. Struck out and popped out to first. Swing and a miss for strike one. And that one's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Euchre's another one of the guys that the city of Eau Claire kind of lays claim to. Played a couple seasons for the Eau Claire Bears.
With Hank Aaron before that, huh?
Actually, it was after Aaron, I believe.
Was it after Aaron?
I think so. I'm not positive.
That could Euchre's 90. So.
Well, actually, no, I think he just preceded Aaron.
Okay.
There's a ground ball over to short, scooped up by Larson. Throw across to first is in time.
Trey Larson is pretty automatic out there at short, the kid.
So for the Cavaliers, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we have played 4.5, and it's River Falls 5 and the Eau Claire Cavaliers nothing on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Jackson Vance still on the mound for the Cavaliers as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. And due up for the River Falls Fighting Fish are Ty Denzer, Andy Metcalf, and Weston Lombard. Ty Denzer has a couple of extra base hits today. First time up, he doubled out into center field. And the second time up is about as extra as you can get. He hit a grand slam home run over the right field wall.
Ty Denzer, a switch hitter, Rick.
Well, he's working from the left today. And the first pitch is a called strike.
Is there a rule about that switching during an inning? There is. Okay.
There's a fly ball. And that's going to one-hop the wall. Thrown in by Bemnister, and Denzer stands up at second.
Ty Denzer, 3 for 3. He's churning butter.
He's more than churning butter. He's got
what's
8 total bases so
Yeah, what's
far.
his OPS today? Oh, my goodness. 2 doubles and a home run and 4 RBIs. You know, if you're in Vegas right now, it's like ding, 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 ding.
And up steps Andy Metcalf, who's 0 for 2. And there's a strike called and time called as the ball gets away from the bullpen. Cavaliers still have Eli Rathke warming up down there.
I don't want to get too far out in front of my skis, but I'm going to put Ty Denzer on the whiteboard for a post-game interview. Just throw him up there. We can add a lot of names between now and the end, and it often changes, but I'll put Ty on there.
And the pitch misses inside. A ball and a strike. Vance delivers. That missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out, runner on second.
73 on that last pitch.
Vance delivers. Ground ball over to Erickson at short. Throw to first in time. Nice stretch by Windeshausen.
Windeshausen doing Pilates this morning. He's all stretched out.
And that's going to bring up Weston Lombard, who is 2 for 2. Had an infield hit deep in the hole at second, and he also singled to left.
I want to remind folks that the speed pitch is brought to you by Hickory Homes and the Hickory Homes heater meter.
That pitch is outside for a ball.
So you do the commercials, I just do product placement, Rick.
And the pitch. That's a called strike on the outside corner. Fans didn't like that one too much.
A little moans and groans from the home crowd.
Vance takes a look at second and delivers. Fouled away off the left side. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that one's down low.
Pitch count now I have 84 for Vance. You might want to check in with Mainframe down there, but we have 84. Steve, 84?
Yes.
Boom. Tell you what, Billy Jensen brought his A game today.
And there's a hopper fielded by Erickson, throw to first, and it's not going to be in time. That's an infield hit for Weston Lombard, and as you say, he's churning butter because he's 3 for 3.
Yes.
Two of those 3 are infield hits, but he'll take them.
Speed never has a day off, or very seldom.
Runners on the corners now with 1 out. Swing and a miss. This is Eli Baker, struck out and grounded to short. And that one's outside for a ball.
Just 1 out with that runner at third, trying to get something in the outfield here and plate that run.
Half expecting Weston Lombard. There he goes, and no play made by Vance.
That was crafty. Eau Claire, I'm going to give them credit. They were all yelling in unison, step off, what you did. They didn't get the balk, but just a stolen base by Lombard.
Vance delivers. There's a ground ball over to third, picked up. Gives up the throw at the plate because they weren't going to get him, but they throw it over to first in time.
Denzer going on contact there, and I thought maybe they'd have a shot, but third baseman decides to go to 1.
Yeah, he kind of bobbled it a little bit. Just got it stuck in his glove a little bit. Had to make the throw.
I think he figured with it not being secure, it was better to just throw it over to first, get the out, rather than throw it to the backstop. And that's a tush cushion there. Chase McQuaid hit by the pitch.
Rick, I'm going to write that down on my wall, by the way. I got a lot on my wall, but I do not have tush cushion. I'm going to put your initials by it, too. You get credit for that.
Two runners on, first and second.
There you go, Rick. You're on the wall.
I'm honored.
You should be.
And it's a called strike to Brian Giebel. Giebel's gotten on twice, but both were via the walk.
2-1 Brewers.
And that pitch misses outside. Ball and a strike with 2 down. I see manager Ryan Bemnister went down to check on his action in the bullpen. Swing and a miss.
Just got a little piece of that and fouled away. 1-2.
This is where he oftentimes will go low and away. That's the way Knickerbocker is set up. That's where he went, but it got fouled off to the right side. Count holds at 1-2. To Brian Giebel. Six to nothing. Cavaliers are trailing. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. So, the Fighting Fish, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. We've played 5 innings, and it's the Fighting Fish 6, Cavaliers nothing on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
The roar of our engines.
Back here for the top of the 6th inning at First National Bank of River Falls Field in River Falls. Cavaliers trailing the River Falls Fighting Fish, and let's send it back over to Kevin to take us along.
Well, thank you, Rick. Going to the top of the 6th inning, middle frames here. It's going to be Cade Mueller, Sam Knickerbocker, and Cody Dayton due up. 3, 4, and 5 for the Eau Claire Cavs, and they're looking to chip away here, huh? Grounder to second. Giebel gobbles on to first. Got him by 9 steps. Softly hit. Ground out by Mueller to Giebel at second. There's 1 down, and we're going to go to Sam Knickerbocker. I'm going to put Sam Knickerbocker on the honorable mention all names team. That's a pretty good name.
That's a great name. That and Windeshausen are the 2 that...
Yep. Yeah, Windenhausen, he was voted down 7 to 8 on the honorable mention all names team, but Knickerbocker, he got in.
And he's one of the Cavs that wears the high socks.
Mm-hmm.
And there aren't very many of them, but he's one of the Cavs that wears the high socks. And, of course, if you have a name like Knickerbocker, you have to have the pants that look like knickers.
That's pretty good. He might not even be on honorable mention all names team. He might just be on all names team. So after second review. And the captain of the all names team is from Hudson, Steele Homey.
Yes, I remember him when the Cavs played there, and I said, "What a baseball name that is!"
Not only are you on the all names team, but you're the captain. If your name is Steele Homey, and you're the baseball player.
and when your name is a direction about what you're supposed to do.
Nice job. Lucas Lutke gathers that, steps on his sack over there, and there's 2 down. If you're scoring along at home, that simply goes 3U, 2 down. And now we go to Cody Dayton here with 2 in the bucket. Cody hitting in the 5 spot. He struck out looking and grounded out to short today. Looks at a strike on the outside corner off the arm of Kyle Fritz. Fritzy at 66 pitches. The pitch. That just misses. Now 1-1. Pretty efficient. At 67
I was going to say
pitches.
67 pitches, and we're in the 6th inning.
He's looking good.
The 10, 11 pitches an inning.
Pretty efficient. There, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 in the buckets. The pitch. That's called a strike in the upper end of the strike zone. Now 1-2.
So dropped down and caught the letters there.
Just nipped the top of the K zone on Cody Dayton, the second baseman for the Eau Claire Cavs. The pitch. Ephus pitch. Jug's gun broke on that.
It went out and had a jug, didn't it?
It did. The 2-2 fouled up, out of play. Then he tries to come back with some high gas and gets him to foul it away, and we'll stick at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th. 6-0 Fish. The pitch. Doesn't get him to chase there. And Fritzy, a little hop step on the mound. And worked it full. 2 in the bucket. Should Dayton reach, Timon waits on deck. Yacker got him. Some good old Uncle Charlie. Got to throw it down to first, and that'll do it. So 3 up, 3 down for the Cavs here in the 6th. They get no runs on no hits. There were no errors, and none left after 5.5. Still 6-0 Fish. And Rick, I'll let you take us into the commercial.
And you're tuned to NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
We have a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. Eli Rathke is taking over for Jackson Vance. He's got a 5-0 record with a 5.05 earned run average. He has struck out 50 in his 51 2/3 innings pitched.
He's a good one, trying to limit the damage here and give the Cavs a chance here in the last 3 innings.
Now pitching for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, number 2, Eli Rathke. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the River Falls Fighting Fish is shortstop number 2, Trey Larson.
Trey Larson leading off here in the bottom of inning 6 for the River Falls Fighting Fish against Rathke. Is that the name? Give me the name one more time.
Rathke.
First name?
Eli.
Eli Rathke.
Eli's coming.
Love this. Eli Rathke in relief of Jackson Vance. And here we go. Bottom of inning 6. Rathke, the big right-hander, he'll come from the windup, and here he comes. That's down low. Ball 1 to shortstop Trey Larson. He's always a 110% guy. That little slide piece falls in there. Now it's 1-2. 71 miles an hour on that off-speed pitch.
Checking over with our fearless scorekeeper over here.
Ground ball, foul. Go ahead.
Were all 6 of those runs that were given up by Vance earned? They were all, okay.
First one started out as unearned, they became earned, and subsequent happened.
Okay, and that happens.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Eli Rathke has what he likes from his battery mate. Rocks, and here it comes. Pops straight up to shoot. Let's see if the catcher's got a play back here. Got a beat on it, fighting the sun, and makes the catch. Nice job back there by catcher Sam Knickerbocker. And
Knickerbocker made it kind of exciting that time.
Did.
From our vantage point here, we could see into Knickerbocker's glove very nicely, and that ball was rattling around in there, but he held on.
So Larson, a fly out to the catcher in foul territory. Now we go to Lucas Ludke. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Your scoreboard is right up to speed. It's 6-0 Fish.
Have the numbers on Jackson Vance. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, all of which were earned on 10 hits, struck out 3 and walked 2.
So the scenario is if the Fish win this, they're going to advance to the state tournament next weekend. If Eau Claire should beat them by 7 or more, they're going to advance. I think that's the scenario.
Well, it's already beyond that scenario now.
Okay, help me out, Rick. Clear me
I know.
After the ground out too short.
I believe that the Fish have scored enough runs against the Cavaliers now that if the Cavaliers do defeat the Fish...
Oh, it's about runs scored, yes.
Runs allowed. I think that we're at the point now, or we're very close to it, where Everest would be the team to go.
Oh, wow. If they should beat them. By more than
7.
So you'd have to have a miraculous 3 innings.
Right.
But hey, it'd make the story good, wouldn't it?
Hey, the game isn't over till there's 27 outs.
That's right. Spencer Diedrich now 1-1 in the count.
And Steve over here throws it, unless it's a 10-run rule.
Spencer hammers that one foul. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on center fielder Spencer Diedrich. Spencer's lined out, singled and scored today. And grounded out. Softly hit right side. Right fielder coming in a couple steps, reaches up and makes the catch.
Palmer didn't have to move much for that one.
Pretty quiet inning for the River Falls Fighting Fish. 3 up, 3 down, and no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left. There's now 6 in the books from First National Bank. River Falls Field, Fish 6, Cavs nothing, and Rick?
On NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
And welcome back to First National Bank at River Falls Field. We're going to the 7th, and Kyle Fritz still on the mound for the River Falls Fighting Fish. 6-0 Fish. Cavs someone's got to kick the bat rack over there, huh?
Something's got to warm up those bats. Maybe they need hats, because hats for bats.
I like that. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Eau Claire Cavs. Timon, Windenhauser, and Tillman are due up against Kyle Fritz, who's been pretty efficient, just 72 pitches through 6.
Timon popped out and drew a walk.
Umpire took 4 looks at that and says ball just away, 1 ball and no strikes. Fritzy from the windup, fouled straight back to the netting, and we go to 1-1. What do we have on that for speed? 77? 77. Still cooking pretty good. Thank you, Hickory Homes Heater Meter. Keeping track of that for you folks at home. We're giving you the full enchilada today. The 2-1. Softly hit out in front of the plate, and that's going to bounce just foul, and we'll go to 2-2. Kyle Fritzy's thrown about 80 pitches. He's over there getting balls out of the dugout, back to the mound. Everybody's just watching him. Come on, a little help. Fritzy's like, how about a little something for the effort?
It's not like he isn't working hard out there on the mound.
Right, and then you're making him chase foul balls, rattling around by the dugout. The 2-2. That's away, now 3-2.
He's probably mouthing over to the dugout. That's on you guys.
Yeah, get off your phones and get the foul balls. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the designated hitter, Timon. The payoff, flipped up foul, and he's going to make Fritzy work. Nice at bat here by Cole Timon.
The battle has been enjoined.
It has been enjoined. God, what a beautiful day.
Yeah, this is what you dream all winter about, is watching baseball in weather like this.
You can't even imagine a day like this in mid-January. The pitch. That's hit pretty well into left field. That's going to be a solid leadoff single by Cole Timon. Just turns that around.
Just a soft little looper out there.
Nice hit by Timon. He's on first now with nobody out. We go to Carson Windenhauser. Windenhauser's flew out twice today, once to left and once to right.
Carson Windeshausen, he is due. And we do have a pinch runner. It looks like Mason Yarrington. Oh, Tyson Woodcock is out there.
I was asking if he was going to get into the game today, and there he is, Rick. Put the speed on the bases, huh?
He threw enough of yesterday's game that I doubt that he's going to be coming in today to do any pitching.
Not available is the chart on that, huh?
Well, I wouldn't never say never.
Right, that's the truth, too. Flown up. Right field. Denzer moving over. He's under it. Major League fly ball, and there's one out.
Good thing there aren't any clouds here today, because that would have brought rain.
That was a major leaguer, and Denzer gets under that, and Windenhauser found him, flies out to right. There's one down. Now we go to Brayton Tillman. Tillman lined out to right and walked today. Yeah, Woodcock over there at first. He's not going anywhere. 1.5. That's the T-ball lead there. Ground ball, second base. That's through. And a base hit for Tillman. Second hit of the inning, and station to station go the Eau Claire Cavaliers now. And we're going to go to the 9th spot in the order to Trayden Palmer, who's got himself a double and reached on a fielder's choice.
When you're down by 6 runs, you've got to go station to station because you got to get those guys on base and then start driving them in.
Nothing fancy here. Station to station will go. Called a strike off the arm of Kyle Fritz.
That was right at the letters.
Fritzy looking for the pitcher's best friend right here. He's looking at him to get him to roll over one to second maybe. Don't want to get greedy as a Fish broadcaster, but not fouled away, and it's 0-2. And I'm telling you right now, Trayden Palmer and the Eau Claire Cavs fans like, what are you talking about? Wrap one in the corner, son. Let's get these runs going.
That's exactly what they're thinking.
Somebody put 50 cents in the merry-go-round.
Pull it down that first baseline, have it bring up chalk down there.
Correct. That yacker is just left upstairs, now 1-2. First and second, there's one out. We're in the top of the 7th, almost a stretch time here at First National Bank Park. The 1-2. That's hit pretty well into right center field. That is going to be over the head of the left fielder, going to roll to the wall. One run is in. Here comes, they're going to hold up the next runner.
So the Cavaliers are on the board.
What a great effort by Weston Lombard. It might have just tipped his glove, but that's a great double off the bat of Trenton Palmer, his second double of the game, and that one's got RBI written on it. Second and third now with just one out. We're going back to the top of the order. One in for the Cavs here in inning 7.
Caden Erickson is way overdue.
As I like to say, due like week-old mail. Hits the corner, 0-1. No activity in the Fish bullpen.
He doesn't have a whole lot more opportunities. Last 2 years, he's put one out of the ballpark in the WBA regionals. So he's due.
That time, Kyle Fritzy pulled the string, had him way out in front. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners at second and third. There's a run in here for the Cavs. 6-1 Fish on a sun-drenched afternoon. The 0-2 gassed him up upstairs, gave him the how about some old number 1, and got him to swing through that, and that's a big out. 2 in the bucket now, and we're going to go to 2-hole hitter Xavier Bemister. Xavier's looking for his first hit today, struck out swinging, flew out to first, and grounded out to short. That one drops in there. It's 0-1. 90 pitches now for Fritz. That yacker comes in the back door. He stole a piece of pie off of Grandma's countertop there. Even grabbed a glass of chocolate milk on the way out. It's 0-2. Got him swinging. Look at the confident Kyle Fritz. Headed to the dugout there. Those are 2 big strikeouts, Rick.
They were. Because the Cavaliers had a little something going there, and he just slammed the door on it.
All right, let's take us to the commercial, Rick.
And you're tuned to NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
We're stretching it out here at First National Bank at River Falls Field. Fans are on their feet to add to this festive atmosphere. Corey Brathall comes over and is going to level out my blood sugar level with a little chocolate chip cookie.
Just what the doctor ordered, right?
Hey, Corey, is there anything in that fridge? Oh, what a fun atmosphere. Thank you, sir. Oh. Refrigerator works.
You got a Euchre soda pop over there.
Yeah, you bet.
Leading off the bottom of the seventh inning for the fighting finish, the right fielder, number 10.
Pacing myself, Sarge.
Okay, Eli Rathke on the mound for his second inning of work.
Why don't you take it away, Rick?
I can do that. Due up for the Fighting Fish, we have Ty Denzer, Andy Metcalf, and Weston Lombard.
That'll give me a chance to eat this chocolate chip cookie.
Denzer has had a hot day, and he hits one straight up in the air. Knickerbocker makes the catch in foul territory, just barely. And that's a sigh of relief because Denzer had doubled, grand slam home run, and doubled.
With 2 runs scored and 4 RBIs.
So that'll bring up Andy Metcalf, who's 0 for 3. And that first pitch missed low. Rathke winds and fires. Strike called. Rathke kicks and delivers, and that one's dribbler down towards first and throw down from Knickerbocker to Windishausen for the out. That's a 2-3 on the putout.
Yeah, Knickerbocker's had a little action today.
He sure has. Couple of pop fouls in the last 2 innings, and then that play to first. Weston Lombard went and called strike. I guess technically that was a swinging strike. He's 3 for 3. And he hits a high fly ball out towards center field. Bemnister ranges underneath and makes the catch. So that was quick work for Eli Rathke and the Cavaliers. With no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 7 innings, and it's the Fighting Fish 6, Cavaliers 1 on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
And we're back here in River Falls. Cavaliers trailing the River Falls Fighting Fish 6-1.
Hey, I'll tell you how fast that last half inning was. It was exactly 1/2 of a chocolate chip cookie fast. That's all we get now.
Yeah, I was wondering as all of a sudden the third out got made, I wonder if you had a chance to finish that yet.
Not close.
So that's all right. I got your back here. Leading off for the Cavaliers is Cade Mueller. He'll be followed by Sam Knickerbocker and Cody Dayton. Mueller's 1 for 3. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Kyle Fritz still on the mound. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Mueller does like that pitch down low. He'll go after that. One pitch is outside for ball 2.
Still no activity in the Fish bullpen. If they do go, I think they're just going to go potentially right to Weston Lombard, the left fielder.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball right up the middle out into center field. Cade Mueller has a 2-hit day. That's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. He's 1 for 3. Single to right his last time up.
97 on the pitch count, Rick.
There's a high hopper over to first. Throw to second for 1.
They got him. Little minor collision out there, and Trey Larson hangs on. Little question about whether or not on the bag, off the bag, hanging on to the ball. The umpire took 4 looks at that and punched him out.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, how the turf is just a little different than the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to slide over.
3-6 on that put out.
And a fielder's choice for Knickerbocker. Cody Dayton steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3, struck out a couple of times, once looking, once swinging. He also grounded to short. A ball and no strikes.
The easier out.
Throw over to first. And they got him. They got Knickerbocker on the top of the helmet.
Oh, wow.
He slipped as he was trying to get back, and they got him.
Yeah, you were just talking about the coefficient of friction on that turf and a little bit of whoop, 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 and doesn't get back and tagged him out at first.
So 2 down. Cody Dayton swings and misses. And the pitch. That's down low.
Rick, an inning that started out so promising with that nice single off the bat of Mueller, and boy,
it's gone sour pretty quick. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball over to second, fielded there by Giebel. Throw over to first in time. And the Cavaliers go down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've played 7.5. And it's the Fighting Fish 6, Cavaliers 1 on NLWN TV and River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
November of 2000.
Let NLWN TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Sunday, August 11th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the winner of the game between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional play. Coverage from River Falls begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Cavalier WBA playoff action on Sunday, August 11th at 12:30 on NLWN TV.
Eli.
I'm not really sure what a drinking song sounds like, but if it
this has got to be one. Well, it's about as Irish as you can get
right.
here. It's
don't want to stereotype, but just saying.
Well, we have a defensive substitution out at first base. Jerome Delikowski is now over there replacing Carson Windeshausen. I don't see any others unless there's a new player at second.
Kind of looks like Tyson Woodcock.
He may have stayed in there. Wish he would have turned just a hair more so we could have seen the number on the back of his shirt. These guys don't know enough to turn around and show it to us. So coming up for the Fighting Fish, we have Eli Baker followed by Chase McQuaid and Brian Giebel. I do think you're right, though. I think that's Tyson Woodcock out there. First pitch is high for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. And, of course, we don't have the binoculars here today. So
I'm going to tell you in a second. So you're still Rathke.
On the mound, yes.
Second base.
Second base, they're trying to figure out. I might be able to go there with a camera and read his back, so just hold on.
You said 12 is out there? That's...
I got a second. I'm going to go do it right now.
24.
That's Dalton Steele out at second base.
There it is. It is 24. We've got it right here. 24.
Yep. That's Dalton Steele over there.
Look at that camera work.
24.
Ground ball over to short. Erickson picks it up, throws it over to Delikowski at first, and makes the put out.
Batting now is designated hitter number 7, Chase McQuaid.
That'll bring up Chase McQuaid.
Hit by a pitch his last time up. A couple ground outs in there.
And the pitch. That one's...
Come on, just say it.
Threw it back to the first row.
No, just a bit outside.
We got a little action in the Fish bullpen.
Is that Charlie Griffin down there potentially? No.
There's the wind and the pitch. Another one back to the people in the box seats.
Those two weren't close. Nice slider there.
And that one was. The advantage of throwing a couple wild pitches, it makes the batter a little bit nervous, and then you come in with something like that.
I'm thinking he's going to throw a fastball, and then he breaks the slider off on him.
That just missed inside. 3-1.
9 spot in the order. Brian Giebel waits on deck. That's well hit.
Fly ball, deep left field, back. Off the scoreboard. It's off the top of the scoreboard.
Chase McQuaid circling the bags. Look at the kid. The rookie. Put that one on the board. Look at the kid. Yes. Someone get him the trout. There it is. He's jacked up on 2 cases of Mountain Dew. Oh, baby. Okay, that is the most excited I've ever seen somebody on a home run. Home run.
That was quite the shot. Went off the top of the scoreboard and bounced straight up in the air and fell down behind it.
Oh, how fun was that? Chase McQuaid. The kid. Squared one up. The rookie in playoff baseball gets rewarded.
A ball and no strikes to Brian Giebel. And there's a called strike.
That's going to make a highlight reel somewhere.
That one handcuffed. And no play. Mueller got handcuffed over at third and didn't have a play.
Give Giebel a hit on that.
Yeah, right off the ankle.
Hitting batter shortstop, number 2, Trey Larson.
That's the first hit of the day for Brian Giebel. That'll bring up Trey Larson, who's 1 for 4. Singled to right field earlier. Now he singled to left field.
Nice piece of hitting there by Larson. Sees a fastball early in the count, shoots it through on the left side.
That'll bring up Lucas Lutke.
The mustache marauder.
Lutke is 2 for 3.
Lucas Lutke, All-American at Stevens Point.
He grounded to short his last time up. 1 down. There's a shot out into left field for a base hit. And rounding third, coming in to score is Giebel.
37-year-old Brian Giebel running like a fine stallion coming around third yet.
Center fielder number 28, Spencer Diedrich.
And Lucas Ludke is churning butter. He's got 3 hits, and that's an RBI.
We got action in the Cavs bullpen.
I see that, and Ryan Bemnister is out having a talk with Eli Rathke. Trying to get him calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, left a couple right over the middle of the plate there. Easy hits.
Also another final, Rib Lake has beaten Beef River 13-3 in 8 innings.
And we do have some scores coming in from other WBA regionals. And Washburn over Chippewa Falls 9-5. Bay City over Whittlesea 1-0. Elmwood top Tomahawk 10-3, and Rib Lake over the Beef River Bullfrogs 13-3. So Elmwood and Bay City are heading to the state tournament at this point. Spencer Diedrich at the plate. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Diedrich's 1 for 4. And there's a fly ball out into left field. Tillman dropping back. He's on the track. And it's gone.
Walk-off home run. Ball game. Tie. Spencer Diedrich circling the bags. That's walk-off. 11-1 game. Put those 3 on the board. Punch your ticket to state right there. Get him the trout. That ball carried.
And it did. And so that'll end the season for the Cavaliers, and the River Falls Fighting Fish will come right back here to First National Bank of River Falls Stadium next weekend as the WBA State Division A tournament will be taking place. The Division B tournament is over in Whittlesea. And I don't know if we're going to get manager Ryan Bemnister to come up today or not. I'm not sure. But so the Cavaliers season comes to an end with a record, overall record of 21-14 for the Cavaliers.
Your admission is good for that game too. You can stick around and watch as Green Valley Hawks take on the Tilden Tigers.
And so I know that on River Falls Sports Broadcasting, you will be having the game between the Tilden Tigers and Spring Valley. I knew it was somebody I knew. And that game comes up at 4 o'clock. And we're kind of waiting to see if we get Ryan Bemnister to come up and talk with us. I wouldn't be surprised if
he takes a pass today.
He might, but he's been really good about it in some pretty tough performances. And he's kind of heading the other direction, it looks like. Heading down to the shade of the trees.
I was thinking about going down for a post-game interview, but should I go down there and get one? Should I get Lucas Ludke and Ty Denzer? Each had 3 hits. Ty Denzer with a grand slam. That's it. they're gone. I'd get them out here in the plaza.
I'll tell you what, why don't we send it over to Talkin' Baseball?
All right.
And then we can get that stuff taken care of.
All right, we'll go Talkin' Baseball right now, and that is, which one is that? Game close?
Yeah, yep, game close.
All right, I'll be right back.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here talking baseball at First National Bank of River Falls Field, along with Kevin Westhouse. And Kevin, we had a pretty good performance by the River Falls Fighting Fish, showing what kind of a powerful team they really are.
Well,
when they knocked off the Cavaliers 11-1.
Well, I'm telling you what, I didn't see that ending coming. I thought we were going to make it to 9, and Ty Denzer, who's had a big home run bat all year since he came back from Florida mid-year, and the kid again today, 3-run walk-off for him. Again, I didn't see that coming. I thought we were going to go 9. But yeah, the Fish today, fine pitching by Kyle Fritz. He's been solid all year. The home run ball came into play for the Fighting Fish. 3 home runs today, a grand slam, a 3-run home run, and a solo shot. So 8 of the 11 off the home run.
And that makes a big difference because all of a sudden take those home run balls away and we have a really close ball game.
Right. So, yeah, they're hitting the long ball. They're getting the pitching. Kyle Fritz around the plate all day, getting his above strikeout per inning again. A solid performance by a pretty good River Falls Fighting Fish baseball team against a very talented Eau Claire Cavaliers team as well.
So the Fighting Fish got 11 runs on 15 hits. They committed no errors, and according to my turkey tracks, they left 7 on base. Cavaliers 1 run on 7 hits. They did commit 1 error and left 7 on the bags. Winning pitcher in this game was Kyle Fritz. That'll up his record this year to 13-1. And for the Cavaliers, Jackson Vance takes the loss, and that evens his record out at 1-1.
Game time, 1 hour and 48 minutes.
Hey, want to remind you that our sister station, NLWN2, is excited to be your home again this season for Colfax Viking football. First broadcast will be on Friday, August 23rd, when the Vikings travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall Norsemen. Coverage begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 on August 23rd on NLWN2. Also, don't forget that coming up later this year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards for our loyal viewers. That's all coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Networks. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game has been brought to you by Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants. Lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. And C&K Construction Concrete experts in the Chippewa Valley. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. So for Dan and I, that's going to wrap up the baseball season, and we're going to be back with high school football, but we can't wait till next spring when we get to do this all over again with the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Want to shoot a special thanks out to River Falls Sports Broadcasting for making this weekend so possible and so easy. And Kevin, we're going to have some more baseball activities, I think, before we're both too far to go beyond in this world.
I think so. So, Rick, I just want to say thanks for participating. Thanks for all you've done and making this a very professional broadcast, Rick. And Dan, thanks for your color commentary today. And Bill Jensen. I mean, you're sitting over here playing the Stradivarius on our third computer, keeping the scoreboard up to date and the pitch counts, pitch speeds, everything for you folks at home. Thanks Hickory Homes and our Hickory Homes heater meter and Bill Jensen for doing all of that work. Rick, again, you guys are professional. You got your act together. It was a pleasure working with you this weekend, and I hope we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely. And folks, we've been talking baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV, along with River Falls Sports Broadcasting.
And until